started. Welcome to today's lunchtime learning. Today I am going to be cooking, baking, because I go to look through these recipe packs that come out on the first of every month. One of the first things I always want to try is the baked goods. Like last time I did, actually I also, oh no, you know what? I ate them already. I'm going to say I made that date Snickers again in my little brains things, but I ate the last of them last night. So this time I went on to September's recipe pack. I used the plant-based pack. I also looked through just our omnivorous packs as well, just to kind of see, because there is also some vegetarian options in there. Or I can make substitutions for the meats or things that I don't eat. But I did end up kind of obsessing over the scones. So there's an almond scone. I think it's a whole wheat almond scone. And I also just got back from the gym. So I will be posting the scones once they're baked and I've tasted them to show you guys. This video I'll just be showing you how I'm basically baking them. But I want to also do the green smoothie bowl because I'm hungry and I don't want to wait for the scones. I will wait for the scones and I will taste test them for you all, but I'm also hungry now. So we're going to start with the scones so my smoothie bowl doesn't melt, and then we'll enjoy a smoothie bowl. So welcome back to my kitchen. As you can hear, the doggos have received some new toys. This is my bowl I'll be mixing everything in. And I'm just going to hop on the app on my phone. I've posted before just kind of like a walk along and kind of showing you how to get to the files in your app. So if you go to your app and you go to files, you can just type in September or plant-based, and it'll give you pretty much all of them, but we're looking specifically for September's 2024 plant-based recipe pack. You'll click that, and once you download it, it'll give you the entire recipe pack, so you can kind of just scroll through. What I like to do is screenshot the ones that I like, and then go to the grocery store and pick up all the supplies that I need. So this is the scones, whole wheat almond scones. Can we see? Oh, beauty. And I have some like really good, can you see it all? Hello? I might have to lower my thing, but that's how you find it. That's what we're baking. So like I said, I screenshot it, took it to the grocery store with me, and picked up all of the things that I needed. And then I can just kind of keep this next to me while we bake. So, say goodbye to Kitten. She's not allowed on the counters while we're cooking. So this recipe first calls for a ripe banana. Do not have a ripe banana, but honestly, bananas are pretty soft, so you just want to be able to mash them. The riper the banana, the more, from what I've learned, because I bake with bananas a lot, it just kind of makes the dough like runnier. Like I use super ripe bananas for like banana bread and stuff because I want it to be like moist, more moist. Alright, so we start with the banana and you're just going to mash this in there. I actually have, again, I bake a lot with bananas, so I have a giant fork that I use to smush that up. So you're just going to smush it down. Like I said, the more ripe the banana, the easier this is going to be. But bananas are pretty soft, so we can just kind of get the initial part going. It'll soften up. I also have my oven preheated to 390. I almost forgot about that part, but then I felt the heat. Anyway, mash up our banana. Then we're going to add wholemeal, which is some whole wheat flour. This is the brand that I got. I accidentally poked it with my nail at the grocery store, but I just got this from the store for like $5. I have all different types of flour. I have almond flour, I've got oat flour, now I have whole wheat flour. So I measured that out to a ½ cup. Plop that in there. I also measured, this is 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a ½ teaspoon of cinnamon. And that's going to go in there as well. And of all the things that I have so many baking supplies, especially as a vegan. She's just going to keep jumping up here. But I did not have sliced almonds, which is something I really thought was like a staple in my pantry, but I don't have it. I do have regular almonds. It just was kind of tedious to cut them up, but I did do that. And you're going to add that in there too. And then we're going to mix this up. That's another thing I like about these recipe packs, because they make it all so simple. But this is a pretty simple, little to no ingredient recipe. I didn't have whole wheat flour, so I went out and got that, but again, pretty simple considering. Alright, so our dough's still looking kind of dry, but that's because we still need to mix in our wet ingredients. I, being the person that I am, did all of my ingredients. My oven's ready. So I did put all of our liquids in this, but this is what it looked like because it's been sitting for a couple of minutes. Not a fan, and I'm sure that would be helpful to do like while in the dough, so I'm going to just remeasure everything. So it's going to be equal parts of melted coconut oil and unsweetened almond milk. So I did 2 teaspoons of each, so I'm just going to, like I said, remeasure. Just looked icky and I don't like it. So 2 melted coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of milk, almond milk, 2, and lastly, oh, sorry, my dogs are fighting over toys. It sounded like a big bark, but that's my smallest dog. And then 1 heaping tablespoon of maple syrup. Alright, and now we're going to go ahead and stir this up. Actually, I think this part I'm supposed to stir with my hands. I'm going to wash my hands again. I work with doughs a lot. Not really, but often enough that I know I should have wet hands. Definitely clean ones. But with these claws, man. So it says just to mix this up with your hands till it makes a dough. Basically just folding it in. What does that mean? Folding the cheese. Y'all know what that's from? Alright, we're getting somewhere now. Now we're looking like dough. If you guys saw my last cooking with Coach Kelsey video, you know that I have a tendency to do too much, and my brain is telling me now to add more flour because this dough doesn't feel like dough, but I'm not going to do that because it also made me feel that way with the peanut butter cookies, and I feel like I overdid it and they kind of fell apart. So we're just going to listen to the recipe this time, do things correctly. So after this forms a dough, again, it's sticky, but I'm sure this is correct. I'm excited to try it. Once we form this dough, you're going to put it on a baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. I'm not even going to wash my hands because now we're going to flatten this out. Wow, that looks really good. And once that's all flattened out, I'm going to go ahead and just get all that extra dough that's on my fingers. And I'm going to wash my hands. That's our intermission. When you got claws like me, make sure you wash into your claw. Get in there. That's where dough likes to hide. Okay, so now it should look something like this. Looks like a giant cookie. Honestly, I would eat it like that, but for aesthetic purposes, we're actually going to cut it into 4s. I'm just going to use the knife that I used to chop almonds. And then it wants to cut it into 4s. And also kind of separate it, obviously so they move further apart from each other. Seems kind of difficult. Again, just because the dough is sticky, but we're going to do it. Alright. Now I've cut it into 4. Again, dough is very sticky, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to move them further apart. And I think the cleanest thing for me to do is to get another piece of parchment paper and just transfer it. If you have faith in yourself, be my guest and try to move them apart just on that parchment. But unfortunately, I'm a pain in the butt when it comes to baking. I need it all to be perfect. It goes for a lot of other things too, but we're just focusing on this right now. Alright, so I'm going to try and transfer this maybe just using the knife. again, just because it's so, what if I put this on top of here and just, that way if it rips it, I'm not. Dang, scones are kind of hard. I was like, oh, that should be an easy one. Nope. I think that was the intention, like cut and pull apart. So that's your best way of actually getting them kind of separated from each other. I think it's a bad idea to flip this over and put it in there. Some nice clean scones. Oh, this is a bad idea. It's an awesome idea. Alright. I think these are pretty much separated far enough that they're not going to break into each other. And it's clean enough that my OCD isn't screaming. So now, we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven for, let me double check my recipe. "15 minutes. Look at that, I'm killing the chores today. My washer's going on. Alright, so we're going to bake that now that everything's preheated. And then I'm going to clean up my space real quick because, again, OCD. Not dishes though. Haha. Just kidding. I'll do those after. Alright. While those are cooking, like I mentioned, I'm hungry. I just got back from the gym. So I'm also going to do the green smoothie bowl. And again, I just screenshotted the recipe, brought it with me to the grocery store and grabbed everything. I already have bananas frozen because I don't normally eat them. That's why I didn't have any ripe ones because I don't normally eat them unless they're frozen. I made what I like to call nice cream, which is just ice cream made out of bananas. This might be bananas, but it might be something else. So I'm just okay, this is bananas. So bananas, mangoes, all frozen. And these I just got from Walmart, pretty cheap. I'm usually pretty picky about where I get produce, but frozen produce, I'm like, eh. I got a kiwi just to top things off. Kitten got one of the dog toys. And some coconut flakes. What makes our green smoothie green? I've also got flaxseed I'm going to put in there. But celery and spinach. So I'm really excited to try this. We're also going to be putting almond milk in there. Let me grab that. Boom. Alright. So for this portion of Cooking with Coach Kelsey, feel free to lower your headsets or mute your computer or wherever you're watching this. Because we're going to blend up some shit. I'm going to start with putting all the greens in there. Bing. So I have to put 2 whole bananas in there. These are mostly sliced up. So I'm going to say that's about 2 bananas. And then also, oh, the mangoes. I don't have it open yet. Oh, now my hands are sticky. Oh, that's a lot of mango. I don't think we needed that much. They're definitely called to be frozen though. And we'll keep them in there. It's a lot of greens. Right? Alright. We got our frozen fruit. We got our greens. Hopefully that stays in the fridge because I just jammed it in there. Our flaxseed. I'm just gonna sprinkle some in there because why not? And it's in the recipe. Alright, and lastly, before we blend this up, almond milk. There are measurements for this. Let me check that before I turn this into a smoothie. Usually for a smoothie bowl, you're going to use less milk, which is why I hesitated there and decided to look. Milk, milk, milk. 2 fluid ounces. Okay, yeah, so that wasn't too much. I'm just going to keep this out in case I need more. Because ideally I just want this to be like, obviously a smoothie, but a little thicker so I can eat it with the spoon. Alright, maybe I should just mute myself. But at the same time, what's the fun in that? Who wants to have a cooking show and not listen to a blender? Let's see. Ooh, sorry about your luck. I can't find the mute button. Oh, and this blender doesn't want to move. Oh, this is some good stuff. Maybe I should have put the frozen stuff on the bottom. This is a new blender, so I was excited to see what she can do. Oh, she can leak out the bottom. That was probably my fault. Is it really a cooking show if you don't break your appliances? Okay. Let's clean up my mess and try it again. Did I want to try this blender before this video? Yeah. Did I? No. It's okay. It might take as long as it does to bake, so I guess. Blender. Like I said, this is new, and it's not blending all the frozen stuff. Don't worry. And sometimes adding more milk helps. Again, I'm so sorry for the screaming blender in your afternoon lunchtime learning. Just gonna give her a little bit of help. I did end up spilling some, so I don't think that'll be too much. This is a pretty simple recipe too. It's just a matter of getting all your ingredients in the blender and getting it all the mostly blended. Sorry for that intermission. Oh, we're definitely not. But, more than welcome to continue watching me blend this. Or I'll just post this after I get it all blended. We're definitely getting somewhere now. I think maybe I should have put the frozen stuff in first. Usually that's what I do with my ice, so I don't know why my brain was like, get all the veggies in there. But like I said, feel free to continue watching me blend this. just trying to get it to like, spiral a little. But we're pretty much there now. Sorry, now we're cooking with gold. That's what I'm saying. Okay, enough of that. Now we're gonna cut up our cucumber. Again, so sorry about that. Just kidding, can't use this to cut my cucumber. Kiwi. This is a kiwi. I can't wait to go back and watch this and see how long I blended that for. Feels like a very long time. Okay, same bowl I had the greens in because it's literally just lettuce. Let's give us a good old aesthetic pour. Oh yeah, you know what that kind of looks like? Split pea soup. Some kiwi. Some coconut. And I think I have some I don't, but I thought I did. I was looking for oats. But I don't. A lot of love went into that. Y'all saw me. I got 4 minutes left on these scones. I have a hot mess in the kitchen to clean up. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm putting up with my nonsense and chaos in the kitchen. It's been really fun. Ooh, those kiwis are good. I'm gonna go eat my smoothie bowl, and then I'll post on Facebook when I get these scones out. I'll show you me trying them. They look really good. And I didn't really have to move them apart too far. They actually are staying separated, but I'll show you all that when I pull them out. I'm gonna go eat this, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.